How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, and today we're going to be showing you how to make really good beer battered fish fillets. Now, just before we start, I know it says beer battered, but there's not really any alcohol in there, so at least I don't think so. I don't know. I'd have to read the ingredients, but now there is instructions, but I'm just making this video because I'm bored, and if my voice sounds different from other videos that I've made in the past, it's because I'm sick. So, sorry for being sick. So what I will do first is so on the back it says, place frozen fish in a single layer on a shallow baking pan. Now, you can do that, but for this video, I'm just going to use a disposable tray that I made. I'll show you how to, basically you just fold either side to make that. I did that I thought it would turn out way differently. I thought it would turn out like one of these sides, but that's not important. This should be enough to fit a couple of those. So what it says first is to preheat your oven, and depending on what type of brand you buy, you have to read the instructions on the back to see what your oven should be preheated to. So it says place it on the oven rack in the center of the oven. So basically, the center rack, that's right there. I'm horrible with angles, my bad. Preheat oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I know everybody's oven is different in their homes, but for mine, it just has a little section called oven, and it has these 4 buttons. You're going to want to press bake on your own oven, and then increase the temperature to however high it says on the package that it needs to be. Now, for what I'm making, I have to preheat it to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And depending on if you live somewhere else around the world, then it might be different. It'll probably be Celsius. I don't know. I sound stupid. Alright. Oops, it was making me mad. It was saying start. So then you're going to want to press start, and you're going to want for the oven, and you're going to wait for the oven to preheat. Once it sends off whatever signal it sounds off to say, hey dummy, I'm preheated, then you're going to want to open it up and follow the next instructions. Alright guys, we're back. So now as you can see, we are at 425 degrees. Oven's pretty hot. I can feel the heat coming off. Next, you're going to select, hang on one sec. Hopefully I'm just pointing the camera down on my table. Nothing happened to my phone. I didn't stop the video. So now you're gonna want to open up the bag. It looks pretty good. And select how many you're gonna want. I should just pause this part, but I don't know why I'm not. So for my package, it says place frozen fish in a single layer on a shallow baking pan. Hopefully you guys can see me. Hopefully you guys can see that. So as you can see, I have 5 pieces of fillet fish. I should have went with that name. Come on, reseal. I accidentally tore off part of the seal, but oh, never mind. No, I didn't. So now, hang on. You know what? I'm just gonna point the camera. You're gonna want to take oven mitts, and the reason I would suggest this is because you're gonna want to touch pretty hot foil once you get it back out. So now what you're gonna want to do is take them and then put them inside the oven. And then what my package says, hang on. Now what my package says is to bake for 14 minutes. So you're gonna want to turn on your oven light so you can see. And yeah. So you can clearly see, well, you can't see them cooking at all now. There they are, cooking currently. They look pretty tasty. We'll see what they look like when we come back. Hey guys, we're back. So, as you can see, it is 6:51. Well, it doesn't say it on the oven because the oven clock is wrong. But, yeah, the first side is done. Sorry if the camera stuff is a little buggy. I don't know the term for it, whatever. Take your oven mitts. Next up is take your oven mitts, open your oven, and make sure you don't touch any of the hot stuff because that is still burning, you know? Literally, it's like scalding out. Give them the heat of your lunch. Alright. So, this part came off, but that's not important right now. So leave. Oh, dang, that is super sensitive. Alright. Alright, so what I would do, just to make it easier, is take 2 knives, take it, or maybe just 1 knife, or whatever. I'd use one to get it off, to not stick anymore. And then flip each of them over. So it'll kind of stick to the tin foil if you're gonna use tin foil. It doesn't really matter what you use. Well, you need to use something shallow. And if it's a pan or whatever. Whoops, mine kind of opened there. You gotta be careful with it, however, because depending on what type it is, it's gonna be pretty dang easy to tear apart. Not the tin foil, the fish. I should probably pause this part, but I started it and I gotta finish what I started. That's my motto. Finish what you started. I feel like on cooking shows this is the point where they just go rambling because nobody really pays attention to this part. I mean, kind of have to. So I'm just gonna put my knives in the sink, and now as you can see, they're flipped over. Don't mind how I ripped apart some of them. That's glowing hot, but that's okay. I guess I'm stupid. All right. So now, as you can see, it says, you know, I'm gonna put the camera to it. What the hell? Turn over and bake and add 9/11 minutes or until it's golden brown. I'm talking about the other side that didn't get to cook just yet. So take your oven mitts, and once your other pieces of fish are flipped over, you're gonna gotta put it on here and shove it back in like you did beforehand. You know, I should probably flatten that out. Alright, sort of flattened out. And now wait, and I would just say call it in between and bake it for another 10 minutes. Again, depending on what it says, so we'll be right back. Let's just take one last look at our babies before we go away. Ooh, that's pretty good. Alright, yeah, see you guys in 10 minutes. Alright, guys. As you can see, it's kind of boiling. So now what you're going to want to do, I'm a bit nervous because I've only cooked with the oven so many times before. By so many times, I mean, this is my 10th time. I think I'm okay with it. So now what you're going to want to do is take your tray, your tin foil tray or whatever you used, and set it down on the counter. I had a plate already sitting by because I knew. So now you're going to want to turn off your oven. And if you turn on your light, which you can move on your part, it's a bit necessary so you can check on what it is. But I'm getting off track. So make sure there was like pretty much no sign of the oven being on. So now, as you can see, we have our golden brown, delicious, partly torn up pieces of beer battered fish fillets. And I don't know whether or not there's real alcohol in it. I got those from Aldi's, and Aldi's, again, not sponsored. They probably don't know I exist. I just shop there for my groceries. It's a great place to get cheap food that is just as the same as name brand stuff for pretty much a fourth of the price of what you would find at Giant, Walmart, ASD if you're in the UK fans. Target, any other place that would hold groceries. It's a very good place, and if there's one near you, they're kind of northeastern. So if you don't really live in the northeast regions, like Maryland, New York, Maine, you might not have it, but you might have your own version of Aldi's. So, yeah, I hope you, well, I might ramble on for a second, because I just want to get these on here. I want to get those extra minutes in. If you hear TV in the background, I'm watching TV. I'm going to have myself a good old-fashioned TV dinner. And by the way, if it's torn up, it's not going to affect the flavor in any shape, way, or form. So you'll be fine if it's a bit torn up, like some of the ones that I did. You might want to try and pan the thing, so it'll be easier to get off, and it's less likely to be torn up while you're getting it off of your tray, or tinfoil, or whatever. You will want to use some lubricant like Pam. I think that's what it's called. It's not Span. Span is a canned meat, canned ham, whatever you want to call it. I'm sick, so my brain just really goes off when I'm talking. Like, I wonder what random things I can confuse whoever's listening to me with today. Oh yeah, I know. Literally every single YouTube video I've ever made. I'm not going to touch it with my bare hands, or my hands in general, because they can be hot. They have been inside of 425 degree, basically not boiling, but very good, very strong heat for about 21 minutes, whatever, I don't know. So now, you see them on the plate. So I'm not gonna do a before and after picture. Why would I ever do that? Hope this 13 minutes of your life taught you how to make something. And yeah, peace.